Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Devi Saraswati Vyasam Tatum Jayam Nashtapraishu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Tamashloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Human Bhagavatam Chapter 7 Adhyaya 11 still going on 26, 27, 29, 29. Yapatim Hari Bhavena. It's okay, I'll understand. Warn me and understand. Vaje Shri Vatapara Haryatmanam Hariloke Patya Shri Vamudate Padavadaha. Ya, any woman who Patim, her husband, Haribhavena, mentally accepting him as equal to Hari, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Ajay worships or renders service to Shri Eva, exactly like the goddess of fortune. Tapara, being devoted. Haryatmana, completely absorbing thoughts of Hari. Hare Loke, in the spiritual world, the Vaikuntha planets. Matya, with her husband, Shri Eva, exactly like the goddess of fortune. Modate, enjoy spiritual eternal life. Actually, modate just means enjoy. Sorry. Modate can be used for any enjoyment. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. The woman who engages in the service of her husband, following strictly in the footsteps of the goddess of fortune, surely returns back home back to Godhead with her devotee husband, and lives very happily in the Vaikuntha planets. Purport. The faithfulness of the goddess of fortune is an ideal for a chaste woman. The Brahma Samhita 5:29 says, Lakshmi Sahasra Shata Sambrahma Sevyamanam. In the Vaikuntha planets, Lord Vishnu is worshipped by many, many thousands of goddesses of fortune. And in Goloka Vrindavan, Lord Krishna is worshipped by many, many thousands of gopis, all of whom are goddesses of fortune. A woman should serve her husband as faithfully as the goddess of fortune. A man should be an ideal servant of the Lord, and a woman should be an ideal wife like the goddess of fortune. Then both husband and wife will be so faithful and strong that by acting together they will return home back to Godhead without a doubt. In this regard, Srila Madhvacharya gives his opinion. Harirasmin sthita iti Srinam Bhartari Bhavana Shishyanam cha Guru Nityam Shudranam Brahmanadishu. Nityanam Swamini Tatha Hari Bhava Udhirita. A woman should think of her husband as the Supreme Lord. Similarly, a disciple should think of the spiritual master as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. A Shudra should think of a Brahmana as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And the servant should think of his master as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In this way, all of them will automatically become devotees of the Lord. In other words, by thinking this way, all of them will become Krishna conscious. Prabhupada missed an opportunity to clearly tell us that women should be Diksha Gurus. Yeah. He should have written it in the purport. After all, the story of Dhruva, where Suniti is, Prabhupada writes in the purport, Suniti was Dhruva's Shiksha Guru. She told Dhruva, go in the forest, God is there, you will find him in the forest. And here in the purport, Prabhupada, the shloka has nothing to do with Guru. Here also, the shloka has nothing to do with Guru. Prabhupada had a chance. He didn't take the chance. So those who are in favor of women gurus, they say, don't see the body. Don't see the body. Then why should a woman worship her husband? Don't see the body. Actually, in the history of ISKCON, after Prabhupada, some of the gurus, the ones who fell down, they used to, and some of them who did not fall down also, they used to tell their disciple, Grihastha women, you don't have to serve your husband. You just serve Krishna. In fact, in Mayapur, there was a class in February. I gave a class, but the day before, one of the GBC members, I won't mention his name, gave a class. And he said that the woman doesn't have to serve her husband. He said that in the class. She has to just serve Krishna. So just see how the big leaders of ISKCON, apparently they didn't read what Prabhupada wrote here. Why is that? Well, it's sad, unfortunate, wrong. There are other words. I shouldn't say those words. They're not nice. The verse says, the Bhagavatam says, that the woman should be like Lakshmi. Lakshmi is not a Diksha Guru. But some people say Sri Sampradaya. She is the head of the Sampradaya. Yeah, but she doesn't wear a brown thread. The Shudra should worship the Brahman as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So the Western mentality, they don't like that. It's unfair. It's not egalitarian. Egalitarian. What's egalitarian? Right. It's not equal. For a Shudra to worship a Brahmana, It's not equal. The verse says that if a woman worships her husband, she becomes like Lakshmi, and she goes with her husband to Vaikuntha. We believe Bhagavatam is true. We cannot prove it. Can't prove it. It's based on faith. We didn't see Vaikuntha. We didn't go there. You know, people go to Bora Bora. You heard of Bora Bora? Never heard of it, right? You heard of Bora Bora? He's heard of it. Bora Bora is, you know, Fiji? Fiji, you heard. So after Fiji, there's a tiny island in the middle of nowhere where people go to enjoy life. What is enjoying life today? Drinking alcohol and enjoying a beautiful women. Even the Bhagavatam talks about enjoying with beautiful women. Who knows the story? Nala Kubera and Manigriva. Guru Rama. Vishwamitra and Menaka. Chavan, Rishi, and Sukanya. He was an old man. He wanted a beautiful young wife. Chavan Praj. They had an Ayurvedic medicine, Chavan Praj. The story is in the Bhagavatam. In the material world, people want to enjoy. But today we really need to know that there's sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic pleasure. And those who are sattvic go to the heavenly planets. They can enjoy the apsaras in the heavenly planets. Prabhupada wrote a letter like that to a devotee named Jayananda. Jayananda was one of the early devotees in Islam. And before Prabhupada passed away, he left his body due to cancer. After he left his body, Prabhupada wrote him a letter. After he left his body. So that letter was an instruction to the disciples who didn't leave their bodies. So in that letter, he wrote, if you had any desire for material enjoyment, you went to the planets of the demigods, and you will enjoy there for 20,000 years. And then you will come back. But I think you had no material desire. You went back home, back to God. How do we know? We don't know. Faith. But we didn't see where the soul of Jayananda went. So if you have faith in Bhagavatam, then how can you say the system of a Shudra worshipping a Brahman as the supreme personality of Godhead is wrong? Those who say it's wrong, they don't have faith in the Bhagavatam. So they may be scholars of Sanskrit in a university in the West or in Russia, or in Germany, England, USA. A lot of scholars are there. They know Sanskrit language also. They're very intelligent people. And they'll discuss with you and they'll offer you Scotch whiskey while you're discussing. Let's talk about the Bhagavatam. Yeah. They don't believe it's true. They don't take it seriously. Some of them are Christians or Jews. They eat cow's meat. What's an occupation they earn? $100,000 a year teaching in the university. They don't have that faith that it's true. They might be MABA PhD, they might be ABC GPC XYZ. If they say Varnashram Dharma is nonsense, that means they have no faith. Yeah, they have no faith. So be careful. I said that on the first day. You may be here for 2 more weeks. You may have to hear this again. This is the subject matter of the Bhagavatam. But it doesn't have anything to do with the body. It's spiritual. Then why should a Shudra worship a Brahmin? There are no Brahmins and no Shudras in the spiritual world. Everyone is equal. It's not the highest ideal. They'll tell you like that. It's material. Ramananda Rai rejected, was it Mahaprabhu rejected Varnashram? Actually, he didn't reject it. But they will tell you he rejected it. He said it's external. He didn't say it is nonsense and it's bogus and we shouldn't follow it and it'll mess up your life. Ever said like that? We are not this body, but we're in the body. We are not this body, but the soul is inside of a body. If it's a dog's body or a buffalo, they cannot understand what's in the Bhagavatam. And if you have a shaved head and a seeker, and you don't understand what's in the Bhagavatam, what are you? I don't want to say. There's a saying in Gujarati, Pes Agar Bhagavat. The Bhagavatam in front of a buffalo is useless. Buffalo cannot understand Bhagavatam. In English, there's a saying, no? Pearls before swine. You heard this expression, right? You heard it? It's similar, yeah. That means very valuable jewelry in front of a pig. Oh, I was afraid of this and I forgot. This is needed. How can a pig understand what is a valuable jewel? How can a buffalo understand what's the Srimad Bhagavatam? This is the ideal. It may not be followed, we may not be ideal. We may not be ideal. We may not follow this perfectly. But if we say it's nonsense, then how can you say you're a devotee of the Lord? How can you say that? Now, who's speaking here? Narad Muni, right? So then, if you don't accept the words of Narad Muni, who will you accept? You won't accept anyone. Marx did not accept the words of Narad Muni. He was an atheist. And he inspired thousands and thousands of atheists. And what was the result of his atheism? Maybe 100 million, right? What do you say, 100 million? 10 crores. people were killed in the name of Marxism. Yeah. Executed like mosquitoes. Just like, right, in the morning, that's a mosquito. So the people were just killed left, right, and center. There's a movie they made, uh, The Death of Stalin. And so Stalin used to say, kill him, kill him, kill him, take him out, kill him. Right? Isn't that the story? Correct? Atheists have no respect for human life. Jagantya guna vrittischa adhoga chanti tamasaha. We read that today in Gita. Jagantya guna, the worst qualities, horrible. And that's the atheist. They're glorifying these atheists. Castro, Roberta, you heard his name? Castro, you heard. People in India wearing t-shirts with a picture of Roberta. But if you read the history of Roberta, you know the history? Just kill people. Pow, 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 pow. Even your own comrades, they used to shoot them. He's deviated, kill him. No mercy. Jagamya guna vrittischa. These asuras, they can, do the most horrible things. Holocaust, gypsies, Jews, homosexuals, whatever. Kill them. There's a lot of testimony, a lot of people know about it. Some people say it didn't happen. Okay. But there's been a lot of this atrocities in different places to different people. Why is that? Atheism. That's why. Atheism. Because if you believe that there is Ishvara, even in the Bible it says, as you sow, so shall you reap. That's Karma Siddhanta, the theory of karma. For every action, there's equal and opposite reaction. They're not afraid. They think that there's no reaction. But that also goes for animals. Like Bill Gates wants to save humanity. He's spending billions of dollars to fight disease so human beings can live. But his favorite food is cow's meat. Prabhupada, so many places said when the animals are suffering, when they're being slaughtered, there's a lot of grain in the world. Why should we eat meat? They don't believe that there's a reaction to those actions. They're trained like that from the childhood. We were also trained like that. Some of us, old men, the wrong training. We had the wrong training. So what is the right training? Vedic education. Lakshman addressed Rama as Aryan. That's a lot older than Hitler. Right? Hitler said the Germans are the Aryans. But Aryan Shabda, it's a Sanskrit word. The word Aryan. It's from ancient times. It meant somebody who studied Vedas, who had a Vedic education, and who followed the principles of Vedic culture. And the women who follow the Vedic culture have to follow Narayana Muni's instructions. Bhakta Prahalad, I'm not chanting. I'm not chanting. Jaya Bhakta Prahlad. But we worship Prahlad as a great devotee. There are actually many great devotees. We don't have their deities here. We don't chant their name every day. Right? Some are women also. Kunti, Draupadi, Gandhari, they're all considered great devotees. Kausalya, Kausalya Suprajarama, they're also great devotees. Every day we don't chant their names. Narad Muni instructed Bhakta Prahlad's mother when Hiranyakashipu was performing austerities and penances. What instructions did he give her? Is it any different from this instruction? It's the same Narad Muni. Why didn't he tell her, poison your husband, he's a demon? Kill your husband, he's a demon. No such thing. Narad Muni doesn't give that type of instruction. Now you might think, we might think, yeah, why didn't Narad Muni tell Prahlad's mother that when Hiranyakashipu is sleeping at night, slit his throat? Sorry, that's not very big. Don't hear that in a lecture usually. I'm a lecture in a Yavana, so otherwise. Narad Muni is instructing that the women should worship their husband like the Supreme Personality of God. If she does that, she goes back home, back to God. Prabhupada says the same thing in the purport. He quotes Madhva Acharya. Madhva is the one who wrote, a woman should think of her husband as the Supreme Lord. A disciple should think of the Guru as the Supreme Lord. A Shudra should think of a Brahmana as the Supreme Lord. A servant should think of his master. That's the same. Might not be, maybe a Shudra serving a Vaishya or a Kshatriya. In other words, by thinking this way, all of them will become Krishna conscious. That's what Prabhupada says. Then if someone says, no, 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 don't think like that. Prabhupada didn't tell the women to worship their husbands, he told them to worship Krishna in the temple, serve Krishna. That's what I heard. I didn't sit in the class. Somebody sent me the video of the class. In my opinion, by a GBC member. What can I say? You know, it's interesting. Lakshmi Sahasra Shata Sambrama Sevyamana. Thousands of Lakshmis are worshipping, but worshipping, serving. Sevyamana means serving. In Vaikuntha, right? Goloka Eva, what is it? Goloka Namni Nijanati. Where is this Lakshmi Sahasra? Chintamani Prakara Sadma Shukalpapriksha Lakshapriteshu Surabhi Abhipalayantam. Then Lakshmi Sahasra Shata Sambrama. So there are thousands of cows and thousands of Lakshmis. And all of them are serving Vishnu, Krishna. Lakshmi serves Vishnu generally. And Krishna, in the purport, Prabhupada says, gopis are serving Krishna, Lakshmis are serving Vishnu. But Vishnu is Krishna. There's no difference. So even if you go to Vaikuntha, you have to serve. Prabhupada taught this, Narad Muni teaches this, all of our acharyas, they taught this. Then if you have a different idea, how is it Krishna consciousness? It is a denial of Krishna consciousness. Denial. Doesn't matter who's sitting on the chair. Yeah. Okay. That question. 1 and 2. Yeah. Skazal, right? Is that it? Speak. Scroll. Scroll skill. Scroll skill. Scroll skill. Right. This is the argument. Thank you. Spasiba. Right. This is the main argument, actually, that the men are not following, so the women don't have to serve them. Right. Some material desires, right? Sounds like me. Uh, yeah, uh, same thing. Not a movie. See, if the husband does something sinful, whatever it is, he has to suffer. That is not ideal, but doesn't change this. But that argument is there that we cannot do that. And practically, if the husband is drinking alcohol or eating cow's meat, and the woman is a devotee, she wouldn't want to stay with such a person. See, watching a movie is not the same as eating cow's meat or drinking alcohol. Now, I don't know about Russia, but I know in France, every day in the morning they drink wine, and then when they eat, they drink wine. And so there are some French devotees, not all, but some wine, wine, no harm. Oh, just a little. No whiskey, no beer, little wine. Some of them are in Mayapur. Some of them are in Mayapur. Because one American devotee was living with a French devotee. He was in Mayapur for 7 years. He's my age. And now he's back in America the last 2 years. He was in Vrindavan before Mayapur for 7 years. So he was 14 years. And he told me this story. It's nonsense. It's not to drink even a little wine is a contamination. Now the Shiva drank the ocean of poison. Sometimes Shiva smokes ganja apparently. It may be in some Purana, I don't know. So Prabhupada was asked this, that Shiva could have ganja, why we can't have ganja? I know one devotee, disciple of Prabhupada. His children, they grow ganja, that's their business in California. It's a business. It's legal now in much of the United States. So they have a ganja garden in a rural area. And yeah. No, they may not take it, but if they do it as a business. There are, there's a lot of Gujaratis in America Gujarat is the land of Krishna. Dwarkadish, you want to go there. Dwarkadish doesn't want you to go, I think. I don't know. Looks like that. And nearby here is Dakar, Krishna. And Gujaratis, there, many of them are the Shudra caste, are vegetarians. In Maharashtra, UP, Bihar, Bengal, all the Shudras are not vegetarian. But in Gujarat, many Shudra castes, not all, because in Surat there are many fish eaters, by the way, from the Shudra caste, but rest of Gujarat, many Shudra castes are vegetarian. So the Vaishyas and the Brahmanas in Gujarat are supposed to be Pukka vegetarian. A lot of Jains are vegetarian. But in America and in London, they do business. They have these convenience stores and gas stations, petrol pump, gas stations, and they sell cow's meat. What to speak of and alcohol, like anything. Huge alcohol. Even I went one Bombay, guy, Gujarati from Bombay. Bakhadia. Bakhadia is a huge caste. Huge liquor store. And then there are Patels that donate Vrindavan to what's his name, Vrindavan Food for Life, gets a lot of money. They have three massive liquor stores. Huge liquor business. Yeah. They're giving money to Vrindavan Food for Life. He was a demon. Narad Muni is same Narad Muni. There's not a good Narad Muni and a bad Narad Muni. To serve the husband. See, there are 7 chaste women, right? See, I can't, who are they? The Sapta Kanyas? They're called the 7 women. One of them is Ravana's wife, Mandodari. She is considered, Parvati, Sita, Mandodari, Anasuya, Savitri, Lilavati, hospital. No, Lilavati. Bombay, there's a big hospital. And one more. Gandhari. So these 7 are called the Saptakanyas. The most chaste women, one of them is Ravana's wife. So Ravana must have been doing all kinds of everything, eating, drinking, we know that. Prahlad's son is Virochana, and his son is Bali Maharaj. And Bali Maharaj's son is Bana, Banasura. There's a story of Rusha and Aniruddha, love story. Love story in the 10th canto of Bhagavatam. And that's Bali Maharaj's son, daughter, Usha. And Aniruddha is Vishnu himself, right? Expansion, Vasudev, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, what's the next one? Sankarshan. Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. Aniruddha has a love affair with Usha, the wife of the daughter of Mana Prahlad's great grandson. How is that? Asura, if you go back, Asuras and Suras, they were cousins. They actually same father and different mother. Kashyapa, right? So tomorrow we're having a big feast because Kashyap Prabhu passed away 13 days ago, so his family is sponsoring a big feast tomorrow. But Kashyapa's children, some were demons and some were demigods. Another, can you wait? Right. Yeah, today there are women who are drinking, women who eat. The whole community is like in India. If she's devotee, she has to give it up. Prabhupada's sister, she had to cook fish for her husband. What's that? She had to serve her husband to eat fish. In Bengal, everyone eats fish. Everyone eats. Gaudiya Vaishnavas don't. But most of the people, it's considered, when a woman's husband dies, she stops eating fish. Because she's a widow. But when the husband is there, it's considered. This is not in Shastras. This is not in Shastras, but it's called lokachar. Lokachar. How do people behave? In Orissa, in Jagannath temple, no eggplant, no cauliflower, potato, all these vegetables. No onion, garlic, chilies. No chilies. Black pepper. And when they go home, they eat fish. Can't stop it. There's somebody living in this temple. He won't come in the temple. Does he come in it? Ate? Ate? Babu? Ate? He died again. How can you live in the temple with a shaved head and you won't come and bow down in front of him? No program. Did you know that? You may ask me why I'm asking you all to come to the program, but I'm not asking you. Yeah, because the husband was drinking, eating meat like that. Actually, Prabhupada didn't tell him so much. Maybe privately, quietly, but in letters, you won't find it. Oh, told like that. What did he say? I see. One who is not a devotee is the most fallen and condemned. It is recommended that a chaste wife not associate with a fallen husband. Yeah. A fallen husband is one who is addicted to the four principles of sinful activity, namely illicit sex, meat eating, gambling, and intoxication. Right. She didn't reject her husband. When he died and she became a widow, she came. Prabhupada said she's my God sister. Sister and God sister. You see, it's not possible for everyone, like we in the West now, single parent, single mother. In Hindu culture, the society wouldn't allow it. Society, because there was an extended family. Now in the West, they have a nuclear, what they call a nuclear family, husband, wife, and children. But in Vedic culture, 50 people would live in the same house. All the brothers, their wives, the parents, his brothers, his children. There was a big family. Where would they go? Their family wouldn't take them back. And these families, because they were big, they wouldn't allow anybody to be sinful, unless their whole community was sinful. Shudra community. So some Shudra communities, like in Surat, there are some Shudra communities, they all eat fish. But they're also charitable business people, they give donations. But at home they eat fish. What can you do? This is a practical problem. Practical problem. In India, the people, they would go away. Sometimes there was abuse. And the wife would go away, and then later on they would go back. These are specific questions, not general questions. Means what to do in a specific situation. Generally, Mandodari is an example of someone who was married to a big Rakshasa. These are small Rakshasas. He was a big Rakshasa, but she stayed with him. Prabhupada said they don't have to stay. But he was addressing Westerners. It was very difficult to stay with someone who had no faith in Bhagavatam and was eating meat and drinking. Yeah, Prabhu, you had a question. Achha. Right. 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 See that society, Western society, is well, we see that some of these characters in Bhagavatam are asuras. That, yeah, well, maybe. No, that's wrong. They should not do that. All right. 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 That's wrong. Yeah, yeah. Prabhupada didn't approve of force. But does it mean that there isn't an ideal situation? Now, if Hiranyakashipu's wife stayed with him, and Ravana's wife stayed with him, now you may say, yeah, they weren't abusing their wives, beating them, torturing them. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Officer of SS, German SS. I never heard that one. It wasn't Bhakti Siddhanta never left India. If some officer of SS came to me, but I never heard of that. Never heard that story. Huh? Huh? It's a it's a new something new that I never heard. There was a British officer came to Mayapur and he gave him a very good reception. He showed her a lot of respect. That was at the time of the British government. And it was Subhash Chandra Bose who went to Germany and Japan to fight the British, to liberate India from the British rule. Not Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati was concerned only with propagating Krishna Bhakti and Srimad Bhagavatam like that. But I don't think under the British rule, German officers could even come to India because they were the enemies of the British. It's not possible. The time frame. No, they weren't SS officers. I see. They were German tourists, Austrians and Germans. They were mountain climbing team. They didn't go to meet Pakistan. They were in the Himalayas. Someone made up a story. It's not. We have a lot of ISKCON devotees who tell make up stories. Yeah. I have to see the movie. Maybe I don't know everything. Okay, let's break early so you can take the sound. Early. Right? Nantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki